Hello, beautiful people. I'm Marian, your host, and this is Behind the Shot. Join us as we share the stories that lie behind those powerful snapshots and show how every picture has a story waiting to be told. From the power of a single shot to the impact of an entire collection, we'll unpack how photos are a window into the experiences, struggles, and celebrations of everyday people. Stay tuned because you won't want to miss it. Welcome back, everyone. Once again, I'm Marian, and this is Behind the Shot. We've got a very special guest joining us today. He's a talented music producer and the visionary behind the incredible street ciphers happening across the globe, including right here in Los Angeles and New York City. His work brings together music, culture, and art, showcasing the beauty of neighborhoods through the lens of hip-hop. Please help me welcome Marty Mozart of Golden Rock Records. Marty, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me today. It's a pleasure.
So, I'm excited to dive right into your unique approach to music, street ciphers, and how you have managed to build around a global phenomenon with a love for hip-hop. So, first, can you tell us how you got the name Marty Mozart?
Absolutely. So, Marty Mozart came from a performance that I had in Vienna. And as I was composing the music that I make on the drum machine, the SP1200, I was composing classical music with classical hip-hop. And during this performance, somebody yelled out, "You're like the Mozart!" And from there, I just kept the name, and it's stuck ever since.
Very nice. So, wow. LA, New York City, Paris, Vienna, and Madrid. All these places have such a rich cultural history in music. What sparked the idea to host these hip-hop ciphers?
The idea came behind wanting to hear the stories of everyone in these different places. What I wanted to bring is something that we haven't had in a while, which was performing outside and just being yourself. No gimmicks, no scripts, just raw, authentic hip-hop that these artists can tell their stories on the beats that I make and I craft. And not just artists, but we have instrumentalists, we have painters, we have spoken word people, and it's just a home for every artist to feel part of.
Right, and I'm sure through these street ciphers you get to talk about your life experiences as well.
Yes.
Oh, very nice. That's amazing, Marty.
Thank you.
Such an impressive feat. So, Marty, let's switch gears for a moment. Everyone doesn't know the rich history behind street symphonies or ciphers, especially here in LA. So the history is that when street ciphers and street symphonies were taking place, it was the musicians and people telling their stories, whether it would be about being homeless, being incarcerated, or even getting past their addictions. So can you tell us how you've used your music to do a segue between these neighborhoods? How does your music connect to this?
So that's a beautiful question. Thank you. The point of what I'm doing is to hear the stories of everyone that is a part of these ciphers and symphonies. We do have people who were formerly incarcerated, and we do have people who suffer homelessness. We have people who suffer mental illness, but when they come to the table of where I'm hosting the music and the symphonies, they feel they can escape that world and come into this world.
Exactly.
And that's something that I think I wanted to see more of. So I went from doing a show in New York to then being invited to do another show, and then doing them here in Hollywood. And then in Hollywood, I just said, let me hear the stories out in Europe. And then it just grew from there.
Very nice. So I'm sure you've witnessed some powerful moments in these events, and thank you for sharing those. So can you share at least one more memorable experience that stands out to you, something that really encapsulates what you're doing in your music?
Absolutely. So I have here today a photo from one of the performances right here in Hollywood. And this photo right here captures the essence of hip-hop in real life. So hip-hop started outside. It started in the parks. The reason why is because it was never invited inside. So we did it outside. And somewhere along the line, it kind of lost the essence and it kind of lost the tradition. So my purpose of what I'm doing is to bring back the tradition of hip hop, bring back the culture, the cultural impact that hip hop has. And to show that hip hop doesn't identify with just one, it identifies with everyone. So it's like everyone can feel part of this.
Exactly.
We got Asian, blacks, white, Spanish, and they all have their stories to be told.
Right.
You know?
I also know there's another amazing story behind this photo. Our own director was actually at this event. Can you tell us
Yes.
about that?
So this is this shows you how small the world is. And the director to the show was a part of this event we had outside.
Nice.
And he got to witness what energy it comes with and the amount of people that come out to support this and just the pure vibes, the rawness. There's no script, there's none of that. It's just you come with what you got.
Right.
You know?
I love
and
it.
the director was able to witness that.
Very nice. That is amazing. Now, speaking of trouble with your music, I hear you've got a pretty interesting story to tell us about your encounter with Pete Rock. So explain the beef to me.
So this is a funny thing. Look, when you're pushing the boundaries of music, not everybody's gonna agree with what you're doing. And my purpose is to build the bridge or to gap. How do you say it? Take two.
Take the gap out, release the gap or separate the gap,
So to bridge
bring
the
things
gap,
together.
to bridge the gap between old school and new school. So the beef between me and P Rock is just certain samples that I use. He wants to preserve the sound of what he did, and that's what I'm all about, pushing boundaries.
Right.
So not everybody's gonna agree with it, but at this point in my career, I'm just blessed to get the attention of him, because he's the pioneer of the machine I use, the SP1200.
So you have a mutual respect.
Absolutely,
You
absolutely.
understand that change is growth.
That's right. He's a legend, so I
Right.
respect his opinion. It's just I'm here to make it. I'm here to push the boundary. I'm here to take hip hop to the future.
Right. That's that was an incredible story. You're clearly on the right path to catch the attention of music legends. So you're incorporating art into your shows. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your Hollywood Vienna Bridge story?
Oh, this is a great project that we're working on. So I'm partnered with a art gallery out in Vienna that they love hip hop music, especially from America, and they're so influenced by what we put out that they had me host the hip hop event over there, and because it became so successful, they wanted to partner, and now we built a partnership from Vienna to Hollywood with the art gallery, sending their art to Hollywood to showcase it while I do my ciphers.
Wow.
So now we get an experience of art from across the world.
Amazing. That's amazing. I can't wait to learn more. So this is a time where we introduce our new segment called Guess the Photo, where we take a classic photo, mix it up like a puzzle, and see if we can guess the original image. So Marty, are you game?
I'm game.
So here's the first photo. We see right here. It's Marilyn Monroe.
It's definitely Marilyn Monroe for sure.
Okay. So I remember the famous white dress, but I don't really know where this was. Do you recall? Like, it wasn't LA. I don't think.
It's definitely not LA, because I don't think LA has those air vent thingies for subways.
Okay.
So that's New York. That's New York all day.
All right. Well, let's see how close we got. Marilyn
Come on.
Monroe.
Everybody knows that right there. That's an
Nice.
iconic photo.
Very nice. But I know that you have another amazing story to go along with this photo.
Wow.
Can you please share that with our audience?
Absolutely. Thank you for allowing me to share this story. So recently I met the most beautiful woman in the world to me, and she came from Madrid to visit Hollywood to find Marilyn Monroe's star.
Right.
And me living right here in Hollywood, I was able to bump into her and ask her how's her day going and stuff. And when she was walking the wrong direction, I actually walked with her to the right direction, and I showed her where Marilyn Monroe's star was. And from that day forward, we just became great friends, and now I'm like the luckiest guy in the world for
that's
making a
amazing.
relationship.
You have to invite me to the wedding.
Absolutely. Thank you, Marilyn.
Okay, let's see what's next. You ready?
Yes. Come on. Off the back, red glove, like Muhammad Ali, off the back.
Okay, but I know he's standing over someone, but I don't remember who this is. Do you remember who this is?
We never remember who those guys are. We only know who the winners are.
I don't remember. I don't even remember when the fight was, but I do know this is Muhammad Ali.
Absolutely.
And I do know he's standing over his opponent. I remember this famous shot.
That's Muhammad Ali all day.
Okay, so let's see how close we are.
Let's
you
get
ready?
it. Come on, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
you know.
But it was Sonny Lister.
Sonny Lister. Don't know who Sonny Lister was, but I'm sure.
We know he got knocked out.
Yeah, we know he got knocked out. He knew who that glove was.
Okay, let's see. We have one more.
Ooh. They don't even try to cover the face. Dang.
We
at
know
least,
that's
at least the
Jose.
glove would have been,
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson all day.
Yeah, but I don't remember where it was, but we do know who it is.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The king of pop.
Definitely miss him. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's just see. But we know it's Michael Jackson.
We don't know for sure, though, until we really find out.
Okay, let's see.
Let's see. We were right,
Michael Jackson. All right, and it's Thriller. That was an amazing album.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Thriller.
Classic photo.
Yes,
classic.
very classic.
Beautiful.
So, I love that.
I love this game. Yes.
I do too. Thank you for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, all right then. Thank you for playing with us. I love how we can see timeless moments and memories in all of these photos. It's so amazing. You know, it captures memories, okay, especially for me. Okay, so it's been so much fun doing this game with you. Thank you for joining us on the show. It's very awesome to have you here. Thank you, Marty.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. So before you go, why don't you tell the audience how they can find and follow your future endeavors?
So you can find me on Instagram as Marty Mozart with 2 Y's, and then you can find me on all other social medias and music platforms as Marty Mozart, just 2 words separated.
All right, great.
Thank you, guys.
All right, my beautiful people, that's a wrap for today's episode. Be sure to follow our guest, Marty Mozart, and stay tuned for our next episode. You won't want to miss it. And hey, if you have a picture with an interesting story behind it, we want to hear from you. So send us your stories. You might just end up on the show. Until then, take care, stay curious, and keep looking behind the shot.